Hello everyone and welcome back to Good Sport Reviews. My name is Lewis and today I am using the abilities of people far more talented than myself to make myself look good like a true team player. So over the past 4 months, the topic of conversation has of course been who will replace Jurgen Klopp at the end of this season, following the announcement a few weeks ago, or months ago should I say, that he will be departing the club after an almost 9-year stint with the English side. The attention went to Xabi Alonso, the one who I think everyone wanted and everyone thought we were going to get, who has rejected it. He is staying at Bayer Leverkusen following their historic title-winning campaign where they're still unbeaten in all competitions, on for a treble. He will be a Leverkusen manager for next season. The attention then went to Ruben Amorim, the odds-on favourite, the one who people said if we can't have Alonso, Amorim is just as good. He has refuted the claims. He has said that he's staying at Sporting Lisbon and does not plan on leaving for the future foreseeable. So we're no closer to finding out the truth after 4 months, and it's a scary, daunting proposition. One thing though that everyone seems to be able to agree on is the fact that whoever comes into the club is gonna struggle. There are hard tasks ahead of him. Players' contracts expiring, the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mohamed Salah. 3 key components to a Liverpool side that dominated Europe and at points England over the past 7 years. There's also the fans. How will the fans react? It's like a breakup. You're leaving Jurgen Klopp, a man who's given you everything, to then go to someone else, and the comparisons are of course going to be there. People saying that's not how Klopp would have done it. It's a different situation. But when Steve Bruce took over from Rafa Benitez at Newcastle, every action was compared to him, every statistic, every player's performance. And it's something they are going to face. And they're going to have to do it under a board who are not notoriously known for spreading money all over the place. They are thrifty, should we say, with their cash. And that could prove to be a problem. So rather than giving my entire thoughts about it, which I will do at the end of the video if you're interested, I reached out to some of the best content creators I could find and got their thoughts on the matter. I have 8 different videos here of different people giving perspectives, some Liverpool fans, some Tottenham fans, some Arsenal fans, and 1 QPR fan actually, just to sort of mix it up a bit. And I can't take full credit for this video. One of the people who is involved, the first one you're going to see, I want to give a shout out to Sonny Snelling. If you haven't already, go subscribe to his channel. I got the inspiration for this video from him. Sonny Talks Spurs. It's a great idea for a video, and it's hence the reason why I'm doing it today. So thank you, Sonny. And yeah, let's get into the videos.
So the biggest task for the new Liverpool manager, whether that be Ruben Amorim or whoever, is, in my opinion, a lot of people have wrote off this Liverpool team this year for being chaotic and not having, you know, similar players that they've had in the past in the midfield and the forward line, that sort of thing, in the defence occasionally. But what they've had is they've had Jurgen Klopp at the helm to sort of direct it, know the style of play, be a good leader, mentality monsters, all that sort of stuff. So it's sort of the big task for the new manager, whoever that is to replicate that, if not take it somehow to a next level, which sounds wild, but, you know, that's probably why Liverpool wanted Xabi Alonso, former player, icon of the game, got a really good philosophy. You know, Ruben Amorim has that philosophy, but can he go to that level of Klopp of just, you know, having that aura? I think that's what Liverpool fans like in a manager. They like a manager who's got a bit of an aura, something about them. I think of all the great Liverpool managers, Bill Shankly and Bob Paisley, they sort of had that as well. And, you know, trophies and all that stuff follow. So it sounds tricky and it sounds like, you know, it's an external thing to football. But to me, that's the biggest task.
The main problem I feel Liverpool will face is trying to keep up with Arsenal and Man City. I feel like this season we've been aided heavily not only by Alex McAllister but our 4 world-class players, and out of those 4, 2 are entering the early 30s. Mo Salah, despite this being a very productive season from him, we're seeing that physically he's starting to slow down, and he has, what, 18 months left on his contract. Virgil van Dijk, he's done a fantastic job of holding that inexperienced back line. We don't know how long he can do that for, so it will be hard for Liverpool to replace those world-class players, because trying to find unicorns like Van Dijk people as productive and consistent as Salah in the market is going to be hard. So let's see what Liverpool can do. It's good that they brought in Michael Edwards, because the majority of Liverpool's success in the transfer market has come when he was in charge of transfers. So let's see how that works, but I feel like that is Liverpool's biggest issue or problem that they'll face after Jurgen Klopp.
Hey Lewis, sorry about the state. I mean, I'm just back from a run. But to answer the question, the biggest challenge facing the next Liverpool manager, I think, is moving on from the great players in that side at the moment. You know, Virgil van Dijk, 32, Mo Salah, 31, Alisson Becker, 30, Andy Robertson, 30. That's a load of experience, a load of winning quality, a load of leadership in that dressing room that will need to be replaced in the next few years. So that is the biggest challenge.
I think the biggest task the next Liverpool manager is going to have is getting the fans on board as quickly as possible. If it's Amarin or whoever it is that's coming into place, I think Klopp's leaving behind a massive legacy of unifying the clubs, unifying the academy, unifying the city. And I think if it's Amarin or someone else, getting that blueprint in place and getting the fans behind him as soon as possible would probably be his biggest task, because you know what it's like with social media. You know, 3 bad results in a row, all the fans have patience for that. That's going to be a big change for the city and the club as a whole. You know, 3 bad results, you know what social media is like, can get really toxic, but there is evidence of Liverpool fans backing their own, being patient with the academy players like Trent, whoever it is. So I think getting them on board as quickly as possible, the fans, the whole club as a whole, that would be the biggest task for the next Liverpool manager. Peace.
You're right, everyone. Lewis here has asked me, what do I think the next Liverpool manager's biggest challenge is going to be? Now, I'm hoping it's Amarin personally, and I think that the biggest challenge that the next Liverpool manager is going to have is probably going to be generating the same relationship and the same camaraderie with the fan base that Jurgen Klopp has. What Jurgen Klopp has done with his fan base in terms of turning us from doubters to believers is remarkable. And it's been a key factor to why we've had so much success under him. The new manager is going to have to find a way to connect and embrace the fans the same way that Jurgen Klopp did, because the fans can get you over the line in so many big moments.
Hey, it's Ali from Just Another Football Podcast. The biggest challenge for the next Liverpool manager, I think, will be managing expectations, because I think a portion of Liverpool fans, well, we're all used to the club now going far in Europe, challenging for Premier League titles, winning a trophy pretty much every other season at least. It will be whether they can immediately carry this on and challenge for titles straight away, which I don't think will be the case. It's a big change. It's not that Jurgen Klopp is being replaced. It's a whole staff change. It's an adaptation to a new system, probably a new recruitment process, a new recruitment ideology, methodology, using big words there. But I don't think it will be as straightforward as people think, and I wonder what the reaction to that will be.
So, what is the next big thing? For the next man to come in the door at Liverpool Football Club, what is their next big task? I'd probably say the most important role is selling the idea to the right players. And what I mean by that is, at the moment, Trent, Salah, Van Dijk, 3 members of the leadership team, are entering the last 12 months of their contract. Trent's been linked to Madrid, Salah's been linked to Saudi, and Van Dijk, although he's not been linked anywhere, if a big team wants him and he's in the last year of his contract, there's no reason to say he couldn't go. So it's selling the idea of the long-term plan of Liverpool to these players, because although you can say the age of Salah and Van Dijk maybe doesn't lend itself to long-term, they still have the potential to be here in crucial parts of this club for the next 3-4 years. With Trent specifically, someone who has another 10 years minimum, you'd think, with his quality. So it's selling the idea of what Liverpool Football Club is and can be under new management, whoever that is. If they can sell the idea to the right people, it'll flood through to the rest of the team. So that is the next big thing for whoever steps in the door. The biggest thing is selling the idea of Liverpool and what the club can be in the future.
Lewis, mate, you've asked us the question. What is the biggest task facing the next Liverpool manager? And it's a tricky one to answer because we don't know who he's going to be.
Ruben Amorim, maybe?
That's who I'm going with.
Yeah.
But the biggest task facing Ruben Amorim or whoever takes over the Liverpool role, for me, it's got to be the change in tactical system. Liverpool played for the best part of a decade with Klopp's high press. The gegenpress is the 12th man philosophy. And having a team where all the way through the academy is probably rooted into them.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad system to have rooted in. You want players that are going to work hard. You want players that are organised with the press. But going over to a different system, regardless, even if they play another pressing system or however they want to do it, it's always going to take its toll. And I think that's going to be the main issue. Getting that transition smooth, I think it could take a little bit of time.
I agree. I think the tactical aspect of getting a new manager after Klopp's 8-year tenure is going to be crazy. But I think another issue facing Liverpool is, firstly, Salah leaving, and kind of, in a separate but also similar point to that, kind of Liverpool's lack of kind of attractability now they've lost Klopp. I think a lot of players sign for Liverpool because of Jurgen Klopp, because you're joining one of the best teams in the world with one of the best managers. Now, without sounding too pessimistic, you haven't got one of the best managers in the world anymore, and you potentially might not be one of the best teams in the world anymore. So Salah leaving, there's rumours of Van Dijk maybe leaving. I think people are going to leave, and also people might not want to join. So could be a bit of a scary time.
Yeah, I don't know. Liverpool, they're like at least the second biggest club in England.
But for how long? That's all.
Regardless, it doesn't matter to me. Liverpool will always attract the big days. But yeah, that's our biggest task facing Liverpool's next manager. Bye.
So there you have it, a bunch of different opinions. I just want to say a huge thanks to everyone involved. Really, really does mean a lot to get you guys to give up your time to be able to send those videos in. And there's a few interesting perspectives on there. One key thing that seems to be a theme throughout each video is the fans. How will the fans react to him? And that's the one that I'm the most scared about. My thought is the next manager coming in is going to have to deal with the comparisons to Jurgen Klopp. When a manager leaves on good terms, the comparisons are there. If a manager's dreadful, sacked, and a new manager comes in, it's always, well, you know, fresh start. When a manager leaves on good terms, Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United, as I said before, Rafa Benitez at Newcastle United, Jurgen Klopp, the next manager coming in is going to find it difficult to compare to the previous manager. Whoever comes in, be it Amorim, be it anyone else, they're going to really find it hard to win over the fans. And that's not to say we can't be. It's just going to be a struggle. There's a lot of players' contracts expiring, as I said, key components of a leadership team that defined Liverpool for the past 7 years minimum. Signing them up is big. But of course, the Mo Salah situation could be up in the air. Of the three, of Trent, Van Dijk and Salah, Salah's probably the one who people are looking at thinking, you know, he's world class, he has been for years, but he's the one that fans would be least disappointed in seeing go out of Van Dijk, Trent and Salah. That's my thoughts on it. If you are new around here, please make sure to hit like and subscribe for more daily stupid footballing content. And go check out my last video, the 10 worst ever Premier League kits. This videos, absolutely love making them. So please go show it some support. And as I said, subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you thought of each guy's videos. Let them know your support. All their channels will be in the description down below. And I will see you all for the next video.